Ladies and gentlemen, my dear prospective farmers and students, it is yet another time that I'm here to introduce you to the procedures of preparing button mushrooms or the cultivation techniques for button mushrooms. Button mushrooms are secondary decomposers, and the first step, therefore, will be preparing a partially composted media suitable for the growth of this particular button mushrooms. The first step will be making compost. So after receiving the wheat straw, we weigh the wheat straw and then we move it into the composting yard. Composting is done in a composting yard. In the composting yard, we break loose the straw from bales, you see. Now this is not in bale form, it is loose. We break loose the straw. After breaking loose the straw, we enter into a step commonly known as pre-wetting. Pre-wetting means simply adding water into the substrate so as to achieve at least 80% water content. So a composting yard should be cemented and clean. You can see this yard we are working on is cemented and it is very clean. Making substrate composts in alternative surfaces that are not cemented, that are not clean, will not help you achieve or get a good and well composted substrate. So composting yards should be clean, cemented, and should be roofed. They should be roofed. Why do we roof? We roof so that at least we don't get, when it is raining, a lot of water coming on our substrates. We don't want to have excess water. We want, when we do the pre-wetting, as we are doing now, the only amount of water we are going to add is at least 80%, and that amount of water is the one we are going to work with our substrate with. Our substrate is not supposed to have more than 80% water content. So we do the pre-wetting. When you hear me talk of pre-wetting, I simply means wetting the substrate, mixing the substrate with a lot of water, mixing the substrate with a lot of water to make sure that it absorbs at least 80%. At least our mixture should be 80%, should have 80% water content. So we will mix with the water for 3 days, and then after mixing with the water for 3 days, we'll keep on now adding right water. The next step will be supplementation, and then after supplementation, we'll be turning the compost every other day to allow it to allow it attract or trap enough air to facilitate airflow even within the substrate, because the method we use to make compost for button mushrooms is aerobic, and we don't want by the end of the day to have anaerobic compost. We want to make it in the presence of air. We want to make an aerobic. We want to make aerobic compost so that by the end of the day it is suitable for the growth and for the propagation of button mushrooms. So after our substrate is done, we'll put it into the tunnel. After the compost is ready, we'll put it into the tunnel. A tunnel is a specially constructed chamber with a force floor. When we talk of force floor, this is the floor of the tunnel. It is constructed as such so that at least we have this underneath the chamber. This underneath the chamber facilitates maximum flow of air and maximum circulation of steam. Remember, we'll be injecting steam from a steam boiler or a source of steam from outside. We'll be injecting steam in here. Why are we bringing our substrate into this chamber? We are bringing our substrate into this chamber that is highly insulated, that has a force flow, to ensure that the substrate is pasteurized. So this is basically the second stage in button mushrooms composting. Will be able to pasteurize in this chamber. In this chamber, two key actual functions or activities will be conducted. The first one is pasteurization, and the second one is conditioning. And these activities will take place in a span of 7 to 8 days. So after 7 to 8 days, our substrate will be ready, and now it can move into the growing room. Inside the growing room, we'll take the substrate now from the composting yard to the growing room, but not before mixing it with the spawn. Mixing spawn or the seeds with the already composted substrate, pasteurized and conditioned substrate, will take place in this chamber under clean aseptic conditions. Thereafter, we take it to the growing room. In the growing room, it will grow in two phases. The first phase is vegetative phase. The second phase is fruiting phase. In the vegetative phase, I will explain to you the microclimatic conditions, and in the fruiting stage, I will also explain to you the microclimatic stage conditions. So in the vegetative phase, it will grow, and then once it has grown and it's colonized, we'll mix it. We'll add casing layer. We'll be able to learn what is casing layer, materials for casing layer, how to select and prepare casing layer, casing material. Therefore, after vegetative phase, we add a 2-inch layer of soil. Then after adding the soil, it will grow for another 15 days. And then after the next 15 days, it will be ready now for what we call fruit body induction. That will be done for a period of 7 days. Then after 7 days of fruit body induction, mushrooms will sprout. We'll start harvesting and taking our mushrooms to the market. So, welcome once again. We are now just at the start phase of substrate preparation for button, which is pre-wetting, and I'll take you through all the steps till the time we'll enter the market, so that you'll be able to know how to prepare these white button mushrooms, the one that people are commonly referring to as the white gold. Welcome. Let's move on together until the last day. Remember, substrate composting will take place in a period of 28 days. In the growing room, it will take place, growth will take place for a period of 30 days. And then after the growth phase of 30 days, we'll start harvesting. We'll harvest the mushrooms for a period of 40 days, and then that crop will be done. Other factors we run while in class or while doing this practically. Welcome. So here we are we are working with 300 bales. That's about 3 tons of button mushrooms. We make a crop of 300 bales or 3 tons at a go for ourselves and for our farmers. We make for our farmers and we supply them, and also we make substrate for our own growing rooms, for our own commercial activities. Thank you so much. May God bless you as you prepare to start button mushrooms farming, also as you prepare to walk this journey with us. So be here. Don't stay away from this space. Keep yourself ready, because we'll move stage by stage until the last stage. I'll be bringing every activity. Thank you so much.